Hello everyone, welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. If I sound a little stuffy, I am. So don't worry. Apparently we have some mail, so that's what we'll do first, I guess. Good evening! Letters for Adurna. We have one letter. Here's your letter. Notice from Beetle's shop ship. It's time for the semi-annual Big Chance extravaganza. We have a new product that's burst on the scene, bombs. Okay, so they're selling bombs, and he gave me a Beatles chart. It's actually a very nice chart. And, it'll tell us. Let me go to the charts real quick. Let's see, Beatles chart right there. It'll show you where Beatles shops are. And so you can use that to find where the different Beatles shops are. That little mast one you saw we'll find later. Right now it's actually useless. But anyway, what happened last time on Legend of Zelda the Wind Waker? We got the bombs. We got the bomb. Okay, so we failed to locate Jabun and found out he is at the island. Well done. Our preparations are complete. But if what the girl says is true, the pirates won't be leaving until morning. We must meet with Jabun and get the pearl from him before they arrive. Let us delay no longer, Adurna. You probably noticed I kind of read ahead of myself sometimes and read words before I'm there. I'm trying to work on that. So, what I'm gonna do is we are heading to Outset, which, if I remember correctly, is not quite directly south. Oh well, it's close enough. And once we get, I'm going to actually speed up, and you know what, it actually needs to be the other way. I'm going to speed up the video and meet you there. If anything important happens between, I will come out and say it. Alright. Meet you there. Okay, we have reached Outset. Have you noticed, Adurna? The morning has not broken since we arrived at Great Fish Isle, a land that was so ravaged by monsters. It is as if time itself was frozen. Perhaps this is the curse that Baloo spoke of. Whatever the reason, this night does not end. Then we need not worry about the pirates overtaking us. In fact, it might not be a bad idea for you to visit your hometown and family again after such a long time away. We can speak with Jabun after you do. Okay, so there are a couple things I actually want to do before we get to it. As you can see, even our village of Outset out in the middle of nowhere, literally, is infested with chews. Choo-choos. And if you notice, my emulator computer or something has been just chugging every minute or two. But I'm gonna meet you there, so I'll be right back. Okay, here we have a new enemy type. Remember, I wasn't. Blah blah blah. Forgot they were here. These are mini blends. Basically, miniatures of bokoblins and moblins. Okay, so if we come up here and equip our leaf, and then whoops, don't fall off the thing. And then point ourselves directly over there. Change the wind. Change the wind in our favor and we can fly across here. Only just barely, and good grief, this is getting on my last nerves. There's no reason at all for you to be slowing down. Okay. Now, this place is now infested with moths. Of course, their little offspring, I guess, the moths. Now, we should remember this giant rock from earlier in the game. And now we have a way to remove this rock. As I said, it's very beneficial for you to come here and do this. And as early in the game as you can, which is right now. Here we have a fairy fountain. This is a great fairy. Definitely a lot less provocative than the ones in previous games, and a whole lot less provocative than the one in Twilight Princess. Young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest. And we have received a larger wallet. We can now hold up to 1,000 rupees, much more than we could before. So, with 5 times the amount we could get, that's 500% more. Not more, but 500% what we used to have. The fairies in this fountain shall ease your weariness. When you grow fatigued from your battles, come here to be refreshed. So, we can come here and get a fairy anytime we like. We already have one, so there's no point in doing that right now. But now we have much more money we can hold. And now, hopefully, no longer we will be full of money, getting hundreds of rupees past our limit. I'll meet you guys back at the next area. Alright, so real quick, we come back, we see the pig we brought them. Only the black one that they were interested in, not the others. That's kind of I was kind of disappointed to see that this was the only one they actually kept. But this one has grown to a very large size. It's kind of neat. But anyway, moving along, we apparently have mail again. Let's see. Good evening. Letters for Adorno. We have one letter. Here's your letter. And it coughed up our letter. I'm sorry to disturb you with this unsolicited letter. If the following does not interest you, please throw the letter away. But this is your big chance! You have an need of an empty bottle, a piece of art, or a treasure chart. We have them at special bargain prices. But we only have one of each. If you're interested, go to the shop near Rockspire Island. First come, first serve. I can't wait to serve you. To those who took the time to read this letter, please accept my humble thanks. Assistant Manager, Rockspire Shopship. That's a mouthful. So yes, that's the masked beetle ship we saw, and he's really generous, giving us 1 rupee. We better collect lots of them. Anyway, that is the masked beetle ship that we saw on the beetle chart, and I didn't say grab that. So, if you remember, I told you there was a there's another hidden area under the house, but I wasn't gonna do it because we were already nearly full. Under your house, there is stashed a whopping 100 rupees. And now, that's worth something to us. Alright. There's one more thing I want to show while we're here at Windfall before we go on ahead and do the rest, and go along to the back side of the island to that cave. Alright, so our grandma's house. Very nice music. It's really good. Moderna, Errol, don't go. Don't leave. Don't leave your poor old grandma all alone. So, she's looking kinda sick. I don't know if this is the right time to do this or not. Yep. Okay, so you heal your grandmother with a fairy, and she perks back up to life. Oh, Adorna, is that you? Adorna? Grandma is always happy to see your bright, shining face. Adorna, my dear, sweet Adorna. You're safe. That's wonderful. Just wonderful. Did you do this? Did you heal me? Oh, you're such a sweet child. Oh, that's right. You and your sister Errol are trying so hard to be strong, and I've just been sitting here, moaning and worrying. I'm your grandmother. I'm the one who should be taking care of you. I'm so sorry, Adorna. I haven't even considered what you must have been going through. I'm a terrible grandma. Adorna, this is all I have to give you right now. You can keep it in your empty bottle. And with that, we get the elixir soup, a very powerful potion that fully heals all life and magic, and also doubles your attack power until you take first damage. This is better than any other potion in the game. And it's got 2 helpings in it. Which means this isn't just a single use, it's 2 uses. Anyway, don't do anything reckless, alright? I totally skipped over what she was saying because I was not paying attention. Anyway, with that, it's about time to head on around. So we better equip our bombs. Oops. Alright. Also, if you happen to waste any bombs on the way or are now low, it's a good idea to replenish those at Beetle's shop. Are you ready? If that is the case, then we must search for the cave around the backside of Outset where Jabun is said to hide. Alright. I forgot to put the sail back on. No matter. Pretty easy to do. Anyway, going to ride on the momentum. And we see there's a giant whirlpool out back here. This is a somewhat difficult mini game of sorts. There's a giant rock spire. Anyway, we need to blow that thing out of the water, off the wall, out of the way. And we're experiencing some ridiculous slowdown again, for no good reason. Okay, my question is, why is none of these hitting it? That's really ridiculous. Come on, there's nothing happening. Except for the fact that I have almost no bombs left because all those first ones missed miserably. I'll lose this. That is ridiculous. That is absolute bullshit. I mean, this is like the first shots just couldn't make it there. Well, I guess I'll be back. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot. You're supposed to hit the part that's weak, apparently. And that apparently didn't count. What? Well, now that I'm out of bombs, it's very freaking close to being completely out of bombs. Yeah, completely out of bombs. I'll meet you when I have more. Okay, so if you go inside this house, I told you last time there's not much more than money in here. Well, now that we have things such as magic and bombs to replenish, there's more in here than just money. Please stop making a liar out of me. Come on. Okay, there. Bombs. I don't know why I screwed that up, the fight up so bad. I've never not done it my first try. Apparently, I just completely drew a blank. And to be honest though, the game's a bit misleading. It makes you think you're doing damage to it by flashing red when you hit it. Even though that's supposed to be... Let's see what he has to say. Oh, darn it, you made it back. Nasty things have been happening here at night ever since you left on that boat. You better head home early today, and don't come out to play until long after the sun has risen tomorrow. So yeah, he's kind of just confirming that the monsters come out at night here now. But on this island, it's only to choose. Anyway, I'll meet you back around. Apparently, I'll only take one shot. So, after that massive amount of fail, we can finally enter. Into the water temple. But wait, this doesn't look like a temple. This is kind of small, don't you think? Yeah, it's not a temple. What about Hyrule King? This is another part that's in ancient language. So really, that sounds more like. Well met indeed, Jabun. I am pleased to see that you are safe. The events in which we have long feared seem to have been set into motion. Yes, seems Ganon has returned. There can be no other explanation. If you have sought me out, it must mean you have found the hero of time, does it not? Unfortunately, that is not so. Then for what purpose have you come to see me? The one I have brought with me has no connection to the legendary one, and yet I sense a great promise of the courage that this one possesses. Promise? You suggest that I leave the fate of Hyrule to mere chance? I do. It is the only way. I see. Then I suppose it is up to the gods to deem whether his courage is true. I give to you the guidepost to the gods. And the last pearl comes out of his lantern, strangely enough. And with that, we receive Nehru's pearl. The water spirit Jabun was kind enough to give you this jewel, a treasure of one of the goddesses. Nehru is the goddess of, let's say courage, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, wisdom, power, and courage. I might be mixing up Nehru and Fedore. Anyway, this jewel should dispel the curse that Ganon has cast upon this land. So, that foul rain and endless night were indeed elements of a curse brought on us by Ganon, who must intend to cast this land into pure darkness for all time. Tell me, Hyrule King, have you learned the whereabouts of the one who carries in the bloodline of Princess Zelda? I believe I have. That is well. You must protect Zelda. She cannot be permitted to fall into the hands of Ganon. I am counting on you. Alright. So, with that, a very easy little... Well, the easiest pearl we've gotten so far. Ganon's curse has been broken by the power of the pearl that Jabun gave us, so morning should come soon. It is well that we have gathered all the pearls. Are you ready, Adorna? I have marked the places where you must set the pearls on your sea chart. Once you have placed each of the pearls in its proper location, the proving grounds for your courage will become apparent. Clearly, the search for Jabun has shown that Ganon has begun to make efforts to block our path forward. It is certain that the perils ahead will be greater than any you have faced thus far. You should finish any business you have here on Outset right now, so that you shall not have any regrets later. So, with that, I'm pretty sure that's all I want to do in this episode. It may end up being a bit shorter. Definitely shorter than my last ones. My last two, one of them was supposed to be long, the other one I accidentally went on a whole lot longer than I expected to. So hopefully this one is normal length, they're shorter. Anyway, with that, also, that was the longest trek you ever have to make in-game directly from one point to another. It never forces you to go from one corner all the way to the other, which would be a pretty long journey. But this is pretty much the longest straight, nothing doing between journey you have in the entire game. See, next we go here, do something, go here, do something, go here, do something, or something in some order like that. Pretty much nowhere else in the game does it take that long to get somewhere. Which admittedly is probably the most boring part of the game. that part right there, not all sailing. Sailing is usually pretty fun. Though, admittedly, they could have added a little more for you to do while sailing. But anyway, with that, I will see you guys next time. Hopefully less snot-filled. And, yeah. Bye.